Hey everybody, I'm Gillian from Mummy Hub, and that's Sebastian, and he is going to interrupt me, and I'm really sorry because it's just what he does. He's two. And I'm here today to talk to you a little bit about zero waste in your home and how you can try and minimise your waste with having newborn babies around. It's something I suppose we're all becoming very aware of now with the introduction of bin charges, and we're very aware of our own waste that we actually are producing, what we're sending to landfill. So, you know, there are lots of different ways to get around it, lots of different ways to reduce your waste quite a bit. And I suppose I didn't really consider it too much until he was about 8 months old, and he actually got a chemical burn off a disposable nappy, which started bringing to me how much chemicals is in everything that we use. And with that, I then decided I have to get some sort of an alternative to the disposable out of the supermarket nappies. So I'm going to do a little bit on nappies first to start with, and then I'll move through everything else that can go through your house that's easy enough to change just to reduce your waste. So I was working full-time, shift work in a hotel, 60 plus hours a week when I went back to work. And I was very aware of, Precious and everybody else minding my son with that, cloth nappies in my head were still terry squares with big pins. Even with the advent of modern cloth nappies, I still had it in my head. It was either big terry squares or there were big bulky fitteds that were really uncomfortable with horrible plastic pads. They're not. So yes, son, it's a beautiful picture of the water, isn't it? So my first foray into cloth nappies was G nappies, which is how I ended up being the only stockist in the country of them. They are a hybrid nappy, I suppose, is the best way to describe them. You can do disposable or reusable liners on the inside of them. Your pouches come out, and your cotton pant works like a wrap on a pre-fold. If you're quick enough, and you do get quick enough, you get away with 1 pant a day and changing your pouches. And I did these full time for a couple of months because I didn't have anything else. This is what we were using. And I used them along with the disposable liners. Go for it, why not? They're the disposable liners. Okay, so they're made out of wood pulp and cellulose. They are... Dude, can you not spill? Do you want Mammy's water? Come on, I'll give you Mammy's water. Look at that. No, this one. Listen, here. What's going to happen? Mammy's going to take them. Sorry, guys. So they're wood pulp and cellulose. If they're wet, they can actually go into your home compost. So that's how there's that little in them. All soil nappies have to go to landfill. That's just... You're actually meant, according to the HSE, you're actually meant to flush the contents of a soil nappy. And you're not meant to send a complete dirty disposable nappy to landfill because of food poisoning and stuff. So, but yeah, so they're the G nappies. They were my favourites, and I still use them at night with him. I fold a terry square into 16s and stick it into it, and we get 14 hours at night. So, excuse me for a second, folks. Now, here we go. Dude, please stop shouting at me when I'm trying to work. There we go. Sorry about that. Okay, so other than that, then you've got baby wipes. How many people have plastic packets of baby wipes everywhere? Baby wipes don't biodegrade. They shouldn't be flushed because they clog up sewage systems, they clog up septic tanks, and a packet of reusable baby wipes cost you about a tenner for 10 of them. And you've got 2 years of butt wipes straight away there. They go in with your nappy into the wash anyway. Everything's getting washed as it is. It just makes it, and when you start cloth nappy, it does make it much easier to actually use reusable wipes. They're the ones I stock. Most of the ones that I use came from deals. They cost $1.50. More water? Finish that one. And, it does, you realise, you start to realise after a couple of months after using your reusables how much waste you were sending out. You realise you're not emptying the refuse bin half as much. You realise that your shopping bill is an awful lot lower for all you had to spend that money in the first place. Your shopping bill is so much lower than what it used to be, just purely on, you're not picking up disposable nappies, you're not picking up 3 packs of baby wipes every time you go into a supermarket. And it is a massive saving for yourself. Another one, yeah, you've got more water, you're wonderful. Another one that, along with your nappies then, I suppose, is your wet bags. Stop using plastic bags. I know everyone like has their shopping bags in the boot of the car, and you know, that's everyone has forever, and you forget to bring it into the supermarket with you, and you always end up with the carrier bags. And people would stick like wet clothes or whatever into plastic bags, wet nappy bags. I always have about 2 or 3 of them in my changing bag, and this one is, it's only a small one. You can only fit about 4 nappies into it, but it goes completely airtight. So if it is a pukey or a poopy situation and you're out in the car, you actually look at the smell going around your car because it does go completely airtight. There's no getting out of it. So they're good, I like them. Okay, so when you're out and about, there are other ways of very easily reducing the waste that you create. Most of it is down to pre-preparing what you do. So a lot of people are into baby-led weaning. Even if you aren't into baby-led weaning, pre-preparing your food before you go out and bringing it out in lunch boxes, as opposed to buying jars upon jars upon jars of food, packets. All of that ends up, again, in landfill. A lot of it still can't be recycled. The foil bags inside the packets of baby food, they can't be recycled, they go straight to landfill. So it's just looking at those sorts of things. If you can prepare fresh, you can compost your food waste, bring your fresh food with you, bring it in your little lunchbox, you bring it home with you then. So I know some of the lunchboxes in my press must be at least 10 years old because they've been there forever. I just keep reusing them and reusing them. Bulk buying if you can, so the likes of dried stuff, nuts and seeds and that. Again, bring them out in a little lunchbox and then you're not wasting the little shop packs. Again, they can be recycled, or if we're out and about, we just throw them in the nearest refuse bin and all goes to landfill. So just little things that can be changed. Disposable coffee cups. Bane of my life. I hate the size of them. I don't like the taste of plastic anyway. This is bamboo and silicone and it cost me €4 in Heaton's. It's not brilliant for keeping things warm and it's not particularly spill-proof. But if I'm out and about and the only option is a plastic cup or a polystyrene cup, you know, it's paid for itself God knows how many times. And a lot of places, particularly in the cities, so I know there's 2 different, yeah, I know you're using plastic cups, aren't you? I like that. There's a couple of places in Cork, there's a couple of places in Galway, I know that you get 10 cents off your cup of coffee or your cup of tea for actually bringing your cup with you. So, yeah, that my little €4 investment has saved me. It's saved my conscience, I suppose. I don't really like it. Your water bottle. How many water bottles do we go through? You stop in a garage, you pick up a bottle of water. I bought this one about 4 years ago. Again, I got it in Heaton's. Just there's no other shops in Gorey town. I got this one in Heaton's, and it did cost me €6. This was my labour water bottle. It's seen me through my labour. It has seen me through 2 many marathons. It's, you know, I brought it to work with me. I still bring it to work with me. It does what it needs to do. It's BPA free, which is the horrible toxiny kind of thing that goes in plastic. And I just keep refilling it. And it's nice that it's a little bit bigger. It's a 600ml one, so you do that extra little stuff in it. He likes to take it off me in the car as well. Just keep it quiet sometimes. Do you want this water? Thank you. Another thing that people they wouldn't even realise they're doing is tissues, disposable tissues, paper tissues. You have to pack containers, and it's like plastic that again can't be recycled and more paper. So yeah, these are the cloths I was telling you about out of deals. They say hand wash only on them. They get machine washed at 60 degrees in my house and tumble dried. They're fine. Snotty noses, spills, wipes. For $1.50 for 6 of them, and you just keep washing them and reusing them. You're putting washing on anyway, particularly if you're doing nappies and stuff. You will be putting washing on anyway. It doesn't really make much more of a difference, especially if you do go washing stuff at 60 degrees. There's going to be nothing living left on them. So yeah, there are. As I said, I think there must be about 10 different spots around my house where there's a box of them. And if I tell him to get a tissue, he doesn't even go into the bathroom anymore. That's what he gets. And you know, deals, yeah, 150 for a 6-pack. They're great, and they, now, as I say, they do have hand wash only written on the tags of them, but no, the polyester. That is one thing that some people would be very into, whether or not what your nappy is made of or what fabrics you're using. You have water, you're wonderful, and you always wait until I start talking to talk to me. What your fabrics are made of. The way that I see it, this is just a personal thing, the way that I see it is, we're not sending plastic to landfill. Yes, there are certain plastic components of some manufactured fabrics, okay, so the likes of polyester and microfiber, they do have a certain amount of runoff that happens with them. The important thing is that we're not sending masses of plastic and non-recyclable products to landfill. That's the important thing. It is kinder to the skin, it's kinder to your baby's skin, and it's kinder to your own skin, that there isn't that extra level of chemical going into them. Skin is the biggest organ in your body, and because sanitary pads, nappies, anything like that is classed as a medical piece of equipment, it doesn't have to list every single chemical that's in it. So we don't actually know all the chemicals that we are putting onto our baby's skin or our own skin. We actually don't know what's coming into us. So, you know, to me it was a no-brainer when I found out the issues he was having with his, you know, chemical burns and stuff. That his skin is as sensitive as it is. He suffers from eczema and psoriasis as well. So it was a bit of a no-brainer for us to kind of take that out of it. Another one, which I'm going to touch on very, very quickly, is reusable sanitary products for women. You're doing a wash anyway, why not? Cleaner in the sense that there is no chemical, so again, it's cleaner for your body. Generally made out of lovely soft materials, cute prints that you can collect and get your matching wet bag to go with. There is, thanks to women using, and this is from personal experience of my customers telling me this, thanks to women using reusable sanitary pads or menstrual cups or a combination of both, they have reduced symptoms of endometriosis, reduced symptoms of polycystic ovaries, and increased fertility. So women who weren't able to get pregnant stopped using disposables, started using reusables, and were able to get pregnant because the chemicals had actually left their body. So it's just, again, the whole thing of the biggest organ in your body is your skin, and the most sensitive part is always the mucousy or viscous parts of your skin. So that would be our personal areas in the inside of our mouth. So they're the bits that you're going to absorb all the bad chemicals into. You take them away from you, chemicals are gone out of your body. And it just makes your own person that little bit more nice. It makes everything a little bit nicer. So yeah, that was another one. I spent too much time on that. Another way of very easily reducing waste is breastfeeding. Because, you know, the equipment's there, you don't have to sterilise it, you don't have to go buying anything, it's just there, they're on you, you feed the baby and you're done. If you have to go back to work, if breastfeeding doesn't work for you, if you're leaving your baby for any stage, which we have to do, it's life, I have to do it myself. You can get stainless steel baby bottles or glass baby bottles. So that's a little stainless steel one from Organic Kids. It's 4 ounces, they're cute. They're BPA free. Any standard teat will work in it. So if you go with silicone, most silicone teats would be kind of medical grade silicone. So again, you've got no plastic in it. So tastes a bit better as well. I think everything tastes nicer when it's not in plastic. But yeah, they're available to you. Also, if you're going to look at the type of breast pump that you use, then as well, if that's the line you're going down, the likes of the Hacker pump is completely silicone. You can buy them from hacker.co.uk. I'm nearly sure there's a couple of Irish stockists as well. Seb, you're just spilling water all over me, sweetheart. Thanks so much. Do you want this one? Yes, there you go. That's completely silicone, and it comes with a silicone stopper. You can buy silicone stoppers or lids for it as well. So again, you're reducing your plastic waste, and the silicone stuff can be recycled because it's medical grade silicone. It's also a very, very comfortable one to use. Makes it a bit easier as well. So, yes, son, I hear you. Just again, the baby-led weaning side of it, you're talking no packaging. You're talking, you're preparing nice fresh food that you've bought, hopefully without the packaging around it as well. A little bit less plastic when you're picking things up in the supermarket, because baby's eating what you're eating. It's not an extra packet. It's not the extra bits that you don't need to be having in the house. Especially at the very beginning when it's loose fruit and vegetables that you're cutting up for them. You know, there is no packaging on a pear. If you go in and pick up one loose pear, we're just going to do a tiny little baby, at least 4 meals. You know, you don't need that whole extra packet, bowl, spoon. You know, the baby led then they bring it back to they're eating what they want to eat when they're eating, and they're eating what you eat. Which again, you're not about buying extras, so you're just reducing down your plastic. I suppose the main thing for me about zero waste is trying your best and doing little small things that change everything, and it makes it look bigger than it actually is. Like I say, we use the hankies now instead of tissues. That was a massive change for us, and we only realised it like last week or the week before we were sitting talking about, we don't have packets of tissues or kitchen roll anymore. And when you start thinking about how much, like if you think a pack of, say even a box of tissues is about $2.95 now. So that box and the tissues that came with it. The soil tissue can't be reused. And bleached ones will not decompose properly in compost, so it'll just get pulled out of it. So, you know, that little bit of just rewashing a little cloth, because most of the time it is just to wipe something. You're not actually cleaning up a mess with a tissue. The plastic bag off that got recycled, and I've reused it. And they've been going for about 2 years since he was born. We've had those wipes around, you know. It doesn't have to be going looking for a hanky and going and getting special paperless kitchen towels. We all have cloths in our kitchen. Stack them up on the counter and use them instead of using the roll of kitchen roll. Same thing. You're putting everything in the wash. We all wash our clothes anyway, you know. And you're putting on a load of towels, or you're putting on a load of nappies or cloths or whatever. It's making things work around you. Yeah, my cup again, because I love coffee. I love real black coffee, and having this instead of my disposable cups, because I'd look in the back of my car, particularly when I do house call days, and my house call days in the back of my car, I'd have 7 of these. And when you think of 7 plastic lids and 7 covered cups, because the insulated cup, or even the paper insulated cups, have a layer of plastic on them that can't actually biodegrade, so it completely defeats the purpose of a paper cup. So then Heatons, it's bamboo and silica. I think it was reduced to €4. I say it's not particularly spill proof, and it doesn't keep it warm very long, but you know. The other ones aren't spill proof either. Yeah, most of them aren't, exactly. So yeah, that's just an introduction to reducing your waste. By no means is anyone completely zero waste. There are the couple, you know, the likes of Timmy. Timmy's awesome. She's brilliant. I love Timmy. Timmy is zero waste. Her refuse actually comes in like a little jar for a month. That's how little she wastes in her life. But she is few and far between. Not everybody is that dedicated and that wonderful. But it is the little bit that makes the difference. It's that little bit. It does make you feel like a better person as well, because you realise that you've made that little change for yourself. And it does, it's nice to not have to bring the smelly bin bag out of the baby's room every day. Instead, it's like at the end of the week, there's a couple of extra bits in it, like from the disposable liners from the ones that came from crash, or, you know, those little bits that will be in it, as opposed to a full bin of disposable nappies that's going into landfill. So that's zero waste, and a little introduction to how you can reduce it with your babies. Anyone any questions for me? I do, yeah, I sell reusable sanitary products. I don't have my stall here today, but Earth Mother and Nurture and Bliss, they all have them out there. Earth Mother actually sells the same brand of menstrual cup I do, which is organic cup. Yeah, that's the most, it's the least carbon footprint in manufacture and distribution around. All the packaging is biodegradable cardboard, it's organic cotton pouch, and it's medical grade silicone, so they're pretty good. Yeah, exactly. So they're fab. But yeah, I don't have them myself today with me, but as I say, there's 3 or 4 different styles have them.
say, this is why I bring them around with me and have an ordinary cup.
Yeah.
So when I'm travelling in cars, I'll always fill up, and you can make your own concoctions, which actually, you can add in little flavours and stuff to it. I won't recommend when you're driving though. And I just have an ordinary cup. So like, it's what you're saying, like
exactly. It's your little bit
better. And like, it's actually you can actually get your own taste perfected. So I added in a little bit of sort of like a shot of sort of a vanilla type flavouring type stuff, a bit of coffee, a sort of a latte type thing, mix it all up, and it's really nice.
Yeah.
And when you're driving,
yeah, and it saves you a fortune.
It does.
It really does. One thing I meant to actually completely forgot about it. I'm baby wear consultant. I never even talked about baby wear and the positive effects that has on you. One thing that we've found, and this is through talking to different mammies and stuff, when we get our wraps or our carriers, we become slightly attached to them, and we really, really love them. And we're more inclined to walk places when we have our babies and our carriers and our wraps. Reduce your carbon footprint, less petrol in the car, and yeah, you get a bit of a workout out of it as well, because as your baby grows, you're increasing your weight resistance training. So my lovely big 2-year-old, you can see him strolling around the place, he actually gets on my back most days, and that's a big difference from my teeny tiny little newborn that he was 9'3", he was never tiny, but it went from he was newborn and started looking up my front to the big load on my back now. That it is, we do tend to get slightly, we get a bit more workout out of it because we want to show off our nice wraps and stuff. But it's good for you. It's good. Again, it's good for the environment. A lot of the wrap companies are now fair trade, and they're either work projects, or there's a lot of weaving houses opening closer to home. So we've got lots of them across the UK. We've got our own Sousa weaving down the road here as well. So it does bring everything back down, that it's a bit more local, it's getting less travel, there's less petrochemicals involved in the manufacture, and snuggly babies as well. Snuggly babies. So just another bit to add on to it. Completely forgot about it, so I put the baby away. But yeah, there are lots of different types of slings that you can get. Some of them do have plastic in them. We're not going to buckles today, which is very unusual for us. But you've got the likes of a ring sling or a wrap then as well. Silly! Thanks, baby! And it can, again, reduce your carbon footprint just that little bit, because you are more inclined to walk when you strap them to you. It's getting them in and out, and you're like, 5-minute journey in the car, or will I actually walk for 10 minutes? And you do take the 10 minutes to walk, and that makes it a bit nicer. So, yeah, sorry, but it's good. Thank you very much. Thank you.